Okay, Lori, I'm going to show you what Joker and Pilot eat for a raw diet. Your meat, your greens, your veggies, your bones, your organ meat, and your fruit. The greens, I just buy fresh at the produce. If you can find them at a farmer's market, that's even better. The veggies, you can get fresh at a farmer's market too, or just get frozen bags of them. Just when you get them, make sure, check the ingredients that they don't add any salt, because some manufacturers will add salt. The fruit is the same thing, just frozen fruit. If you can get fresh in season, that's fine. If you get frozen, same thing. Look at the ingredients, make sure it doesn't have any added sugar. And then also your pumpkin and your fatty oil you have to have. So when I make this and assemble it, I start with the greens just like you would a salad. I put the greens on the bottom. These are collard greens, which are pretty, easily, readily available down in the south. I didn't get them much up in northern Illinois. They didn't have them other than in the summer. But turnip greens, collard greens, Swiss chard, kale, any of that stuff is good. And I just spread, just kind of make a bed of greens on the bottom. Then the veggies, this is a mixture of green beans and lima beans. So this is a half cup or a quarter cup measuring spoon cup. I'm going to do a quarter cup, and then I'm just going to top it off with a little bit more. So not quite a half a cup, but close to it. Then they each get a chicken neck. Put that in there. That's the bones that they need to have. And then you always have to wash your hands after the raw meat stuff. I should have waited until I did the other stuff first. Okay, then the liver, all this is liver. You cook on the stove until it's brown. It's still usually pink in the middle. And then you take it out, put it in the fridge, let it cool so it can get hardened, and then put it through the food processor, and that's how it gets shredded like this. And they get a couple of, this is a tablespoon, they get like 2 heaping tablespoons of organ meat. So that goes in there. That's there. And then back to your quarter cup for the fruit. I give about a half, because they don't need that much sugar, but you do want them to get the fruit, but they don't need all the sugar, so you get about half of a quarter cup. Then your meat, and this is just a 1 pound package. This happens to be ground chuck. This would be no different than if you were making hamburger patties. You just take it out and you just I just eyeball it. I don't sit and measure it with a scale. I just kind of divide it equally between the two so they both look like they have the same amount. And this is still a little bit frozen, but by the time I give it to them in the morning, it'll sit in the fridge all night. It'll be mostly thawed out. And then you got to wash your hands again because you touched raw meat. That's the downside if you don't do it together. Okay. And then you're going to add, this is grizzly salmon oil. I switch off between this and ultra oil, which is another jar similar this size, but it's just good to switch off. They get 2 pumps of the grizzly salmon oil, and then they get just a good heaping spoon of pumpkin. And that's it. And then you put these are just, I think I told you how much these were. These are 3-cup Pyrex dishes. You put the top on, and that's their meal, that's their breakfast tomorrow. Meat's a little frozen, so just kind of push it down so it's flat. And that's all there is to it.